Today we're going to touch on quite a sensitive topic. And this is part of a bigger program called Breathe. And Breathe will touch on issues like suicide, school bullying or bullying in general. But today we're going to be talking about miscarriages. We know that all three of you have gone through that. We also know that many women out there now have and will face this very sad thing that happens. And so we are doing this program dedicating it to mums or mums to be. What better way but to find out from all three of you about the experiences you had to go through, and also what you had to have in terms of thoughts in your own hearts, hope to be able to overcome what you overcame. And I know that all three of you overcame because just from the way you live, from the way you smile and laugh and talk and live, I know that you have overcome what you have gone through and now are looking forward to greater days ahead. So we want all mums out there, mums to be also to feel like you feel. Yeah. But before they get there, they need to know what you know. Okay, Leona, starting with you.
So I've been happily married for 3 years and a couple of months.
Wow, has it been that long?
Yes.
I thought it was just yesterday. No. Okay.
Yeah, and I guess we had a plan. The plan was to have a honeymoon year. So take that year to really just enjoy each other's company, and then we'll try to have a kid. And so we did. So we took that year off to just enjoy and enjoy each other's company, just to get to be a family together.
Good.
And then we started trying to started trying to have a child, and at first we thought it would only take like 1-2 tries, because there were people around us that very easy one lah, you just do it lah, just do it, and then you'll get it one lah, we'll get it. So in our minds it's like, okay, 1-2 times and okay, but that didn't happen, and so month in and month out we were disappointed, and I guess we took turns in like encouraging each other, say it's okay, no, never mind, let's try again. That waiting period turned to about a year, and we thought there was something wrong with us. So because we are not very young, so we thought like, hey, maybe we'll just go do a checkup and see, just to check. So we went for a checkup, and we aced the test. There's nothing wrong with us. So we said, okay, let's.
It's good to know.
Yeah, that's good to know, definitely. So let's just continue trying, and we did, and then we found out we were pregnant with our first one.
Okay.
Last April.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did I'm sure, I'm just asking the obvious, but how did it feel?
Oh, it felt at first relieved to know that, hey, we can get pregnant. Happy, of course, to know that, we're going to have a
it's like
child.
a dream come true.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a dream come true. And
it's a great feeling.
I guess in that waiting also, it's like, yay.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. For
sure. So did you immediately, who was the first one you told?
We told both our parents,
I'm sure. Okay.
And then of course our close friends.
Right.
So we told them because they knew we were praying and waiting for a child as well. So they were the first few ones.
And how can you hold back good news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was great news, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, Leona, thank you. We're going to move on to Sarah. Sarah, tell us your story before.
Okay. I got married last year January, and then of course my husband said, oh, immediately we want to have a kid. And then I said, no, I need time to adjust and all. So we agreed on like maybe like a 6 month, and then and then after that, okay, then we can start trying.
Do you think your husband asked you that because of your age, that both of you were getting on?
Because I'm 38 and he's 40, so
Could that be
time
the reason?
is clock is ticking.
So biological clock, they call it.
One clock.
Yeah. So then we were like, okay, so after 6 months, they was like, okay, let's
you want to
try.
enjoy the marriage, right? You want to enjoy each other
for
first.
the 6 months and just a lot of adjustments and all that. So then after that, so we started trying. Sometimes you try harder. Sometimes you're like, okay, not thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
They usually advise that, right?
Yeah.
Don't think too hard about it and don't be so
think
tense
too
and don't be
hard.
so
But there are
stressed.
also some advices that like, oh, okay, must do every other day. Every other
2 days, 2 days, 2 days, right?
Okay.
Because
there's so tension.
Okay.
But what one doctor told me, like, it's 1 week you have to do at least 2 or 3 times. I'm like, wow.
The funny thing is, when you tell that to someone who's not married, they say, yay, right? But when you get married, like, you have other responsibilities
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff. And then it doesn't become like enjoyment, but it becomes work, right? In that sense. So okay. So
is that
sometimes try hard, sometimes don't try hard. That's where you left off. Okay.
So but for me, it's also a bit hard to try harder because I have irregular periods.
Okay.
Irregular periods. So because of that, like you can never predict when and all that. So then we just okay lah, just enjoy each other. When we can, we do. If not, then it's okay. So I think during the March, April, I realized that okay, I'm getting like really tired. Wow, little ledges really so much work, and then extra tired and all. So yeah, begin to experience changes and all that. So I think end of April, I just have an inkling like okay, maybe. So I did a test and then yes, whoa, it's like wow, it just happened. Like how did it happen?
You didn't really expect it.
Not expecting at all. And then I did a test and then it happened. I was like, I almost fainted. I was like, wow, it's really happening. Like, okay, I'm a mom. I think the first person I told was Pastor Sandra. Yeah, I think so. First person.
From that self-test, did you go on to confirm it with the doctors?
Not immediately because I think so. It was a busy week.
Okay.
So I took a bit of time and then deciding like okay, which doctor to go to and all that.
Sure.
So we just took our time. So after telling Quan Chin about it, then he was like, yay! But I was more nervous. I'm like, okay, with all the work and all that, so how do I juggle? Then, of course, I told Pastor Sandra about it and then the rest of the close friends and family. So was really excited, wasn't expecting it, but God gave, so I was like, yay!
You found the right doctor. Do you people actually ask each other check with each other, hey, which doctor to go to? Or do you already have an idea before you actually get pregnant that maybe if I do get pregnant, I go to... how does it work?
Yeah, we ask around. I guess it's like you ask your friends like, is there a
good gynae?
good
gynae, right?
Yeah.
What is your good gynae? What is
good gynae?
What's the character?
Nice, kind, gentle.
What are we looking for?
Someone that cares for you, like genuinely looks after you and genuinely, has... like you are the only patient for her and
so what are your fears therefore when you're thinking about a gynae? What are your fears?
Like doctors sometimes when they are too experienced, they are just like okay, like it's like this, and then being a first time mom,
you're just another piece of meat, right?
Correct.
To the butcher.
So I was looking for someone that's like pleasant, friendly,
There will give you time, there will give you time, right?
Yes, correct.
Like you said, as if you were the only patient. Not all doctors are like that because time is money for them. But I guess because it's not a rash on your hand, it's not a cough. It's not just live, but it has to do with private areas in your body. So you want to be able to make sure if I'm going to show anybody any of my most private areas, it's got to be someone who's going to be trustworthy, someone that I can trust enough to, isn't it? Because sometimes some women would swear by only women gynae, they will not allow another man to see them. And yet some of the best gynaes are guys. So I'm just guessing that it could be traumatic, right, in a way, to find the right gynae.
I was going for a female at first, but she wasn't available, so I went for the second, which is a guy.
All right.
For me, there wasn't a particular I need to go a guy doctor or need to. It's more like someone that
go for the best
for the best and someone that we both felt comfortable with also
because the husband has to feel comfortable also.
We'll
move on to Sandra now and tell us your story.
So now I'm married for 23 years. It will be 23 years. When we got married, we straight away actually started the ministry, Asian Youth Ambassadors. So there wasn't any time to think about having children because you had to work. We had to put all our hands and energy to it. I was still teaching. I worked very busy for the first year, second year, third year. So I think we were so full on, so excited to do this, and we told ourselves, I think we did have a plan. The plan was 5 years. 5 years time. 5 years time is good time. I was not that young, but hey, you know what? In my mind, anytime you can have a child, right? Nobody tells you. So 5 years in, and in the 5th year, we did start to, let's plan to have children. All right, so we tried. And it was not that easy. But I feel for us a little different. Our schedules really are very tight. We're doing concerts after concerts, traveling in interstate. We were traveling overseas. There's a lot to do, and when your mind is busy, and especially, you know, both people's minds are busy, I think it's going to affect a little bit of the intimacy. So, but we didn't stop. We kept trying. I think fear comes in when people start saying that you're old or older. Even doctors will say that to you. Your friends will say that. Your family will say time is ticking. So I know time is ticking, or the biological clock is ticking, but you really can't live your life around a biological clock. And so I prayed, my husband prayed. I believe he really wants children, we desire, but we found out it's not so simple. Life carried on, and it sure carried on. Well, lo and behold, 9 years later, one day I was doing a project with a different organization. I did a whole teaching in a class, and then the class was such a difficult class. It's one of those very difficult children, and I came out pale and tired, and they all looked at me, and I've done this for so many months, and they said, hey, today you really look bad, man, bad shape. So I thought, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm not well. So I went home, told my husband, I think I'm not well. But next morning, I have to be up again, you know, 6 o'clock, head to school to do this teaching. And he prayed for me, and next morning I woke up, I'm bright and happy again. Yay, and off I went. You know, these were just signs of tiredness, and why extra tired, your body takes changes. But because I had no one to tell me these things, no one to ask, I didn't even think. Yet, because I was either ignorant or naive, 1 month had left without actually having my menses, but I did have spotting. So I thought maybe due to my traveling, maybe it stopped. Stress, you know, just traveling. So I just thought, oh, spotting, maybe just 1 day spot, that's it. And it was gone. And then the next month, so it was already 2 months. And I was on the phone with a friend of mine from Sydney, and she said, hey, I think you should just check. I don't know why we were talking. She said, I think you should just buy a kit and check. So I said, okay, doesn't sound right. And my husband very kindly bought me a test kit, pregnancy test kit, and we tested. And oh my word, after 9 years, you'd think it's you know, it's a surprise. Surprise! And you know, when the pregnancy test kit says it's positive, now looking back, and I can tell everybody, when you least expect it and it's a positive, and it's left me a little bit stunned, or I don't know, shocked, happy, mixed lah. My husband was very happy because it's 9 years. I mean, time has passed. 9 years. Wow, pregnant. Yeah, yay, positive.
Yeah.
Yay.
So just from the news, isn't it? Just from the news, everything changes, right?
Yeah.
Everything changes.
Everything.
Because that word mom is a big word, right? It's like, I mean, you were a girl, then you became a young lady, then you became a wife. All that seems to be okay, right? Until you find out that, yeah, you're carrying a life. It's 1 day, as Pastor said, or maybe 2 weeks, but the word mom is already used, and you are right to be called a mom because you're carrying a life.